Welcome all. We have already started our third lesson, that is properties of natural resources. We have seen few of the concept, few of the experiments too. Now the next part of this lesson is transmission of sound. All the sounds that we hear reach us through the surrounding air. We are surrounded with the atmosphere, and due to that particular atmosphere we can hear the sound. The density of air also changes due to the change in its temperature. If temperature changes, the density of air will also change. If you see in winter season, you can see that the front by side of yours, when you are traveling through ghats, you cannot see the either side or the front one side clearly. Yes, so in winter season the density of air increases. We can hear the whistle of a distinct train clearly early in the morning in winter. What we can hear? Yes, when in winter you can hear the train which is far away from you, you can hear the whistle sound of that train very easily. Why? This is only because of the temperature, this is only because of the density of air. So one thing you should remember, air is also responsible for transmission of sound. So air is an useful medium of transmission of sound. Transmission means transmitting sound from one place to another, and air is an useful medium for transmission of sound. So we will see the next part, that is properties of water. What are the states in which water is found? Can you tell me in which states water is found? Yes, in liquid state, water itself, in gaseous state, water vapor, and in solid state, you can tell the ice cube. So these are the states of water in which water itself is found. Now you can see in this picture a boy is holding the balloon or ball in his hand which is filled with water, and there are small holes inserted on that balloon or on that ball. You can see the water is coming outside. In the next experiment you can see that the water container which is having 3 dots or 3 holes on it, water is coming out of it. What you can infer, what you can understand from this experiment? Yes, one thing is clear, that whenever you see these all things which are present, yes, what is actually present here? Just see that water is a liquidy substance. Water is possessing the property of fluidity. And therefore, what happens wherever water will find the place, it is just going to transfer from that place to the other place. So, water can go from that hole also of the particular balloon or the container. So, water occurs in liquid state under ordinary condition. In normal temperature, you can see water is itself found in water, or it is found in liquid state. Water is a fluid substance. Fluid means the substance which can flow easily. Water is a fluid substance. Water does not have its own shape. There is no shape. If you keep the water in any of the container, it will acquire that particular shape. You have seen this. Your water bottles are consisting of various shapes. So same as you go on pouring the water inside, the shape of that water or the shape it possesses will be of your water bottle. Okay. It can also go from the small holes or seep through the small gaps or cracks. So wherever it will find the small hole, it is going to pass from it. Water does not have its own shape, but it has a volume. So on pouring water in an oil cladded dish, water does not spread but forms small round drops. Why does this happen? If you take a dish which is consisting of oil or which is been covered with oil, if you put a drop of water, it is not going to spread. It is being formed at that particular place. Why this is happening? Yes, you have seen the texture of oil, and we are knowing the density part also. Okay, and because of this density part, water does not flow over there, it is getting still at one particular place. Now just see the next part which is given to you. If you have observed one thing, the next experiment also the same. Fill your water bottle or fill any of your small bottle which you are having at your place, just fill it and just keep in your fridge. If you open freezer, not in the fridge part, in the freezer part which is above one, If you observe after few hours, the water is getting converted into ice, and that ice is becoming so thick like that it is not, you cannot press the water bottle which you was able to press it earlier. What happens that time? There is no single space so that water can go from one place to another. Why it is becoming so solid, and what actually happens with that water? Yes, the water expands. What happens? The water level and the water expands when you freeze it. As the water freezes to form ice, it expands and its volume increases. The place which it is acquiring increases. Okay, on freezing, how much was the increase in the volume of water? In what proportion did it increase? They are asking you, have you seen how much it have increased? Just observe it one time. Just take the bottle, fill water inside it, and just keep in the fridge. After few hours, if you observe it, it is becoming a total stone like something, a solid substance like, and it have been expanded. There is no chance you cannot press that bottle also. Okay. So the next part, okay, they have given you few experiments again over here. They have told you to take the container, and they have told you to take few of the items such as scale, pencil, sharpener, rubber band. The one which are heavy will sink inside. Sink inside the water means which it will go inside the water, and the one which are light, the one which are less, having less weight, will float on that water. Okay, so ice is lighter. If you see in this below experiment, you can see over here ice cubes are lighter than the water. Lighter means they are having less weight than the water, and that is why they are floating on it. And the other things such as the eraser, the compass which is present in the above experiment, you can see they are going deep inside it. And the another spoon which is, it might be steel spoon, that's why it have went down the water. Now what you can see why ice float on water, they have given you the reason. Ice is lighter than water. Ice is lighter than water means having less weight than water. When water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than the original liquid. So earlier the liquid was consisting more weight. When it getting converted into ice cube, the weight automatically decreases. When water freezes, that is when it transforms into the solid state, its volume increases. Volume increase means the place which is acquiring that particular water which was acquiring will increase. It will expand, and therefore the density of ice is less than the normal water, and that is the reason it is floating on that water. Okay, they have given you one formula, that is of density of water. Density of water is equal to the mass upon volume. Density of a particular substance is been calculated depending on its mass. Now what is mass? Mass is the matter which is present in a particular object and upon its volume. Now we are knowing mass, we are calculating in grams, and volume we are calculating in cubic centimeter. Cubic centimeter means centimeter 3 times. Volume formula is also calculated 3 times, that is you can take as L into B into H. Same way it is three dimensions, that is why the volume, the unit or the way volume is measured, it is in cubic centimeter, and hence the density is equal to mass upon volume. How mass is measured? Yes, it is in gram, so it is given gram, and volume is measured in cubic centimeters, that is cc. That's why it is given densities. The unit will be gram divided by, that is per cc. You can see over here, hence gram per cc is the unit of the density. Okay, they have asked you one question. If the mass of 1 liter of water is 1 kilogram, then what is the density of water? Mass of 1 liter. 1 liter means how many grams? Yes, it is 1000 grams, and 1 kilogram, again it will be 1000. So 1000 upon 1000, it will be 1 again. So the final answer will be, the density of water will be 1 gram per cubic centimeter. That is 1 g per cc. 1 g means 1 gram per, that slash which is present in between, per cc, that is cubic centimeter. Okay, Now they have told you the next concept, that is anomalous behavior of water. What is anomalous behavior of water? Just listen carefully. If you have seen any of the object or any of the liquid substance, after certain degree or after certain temperature, it starts freezing. So if you take the water also, the density of the water is peculiar. Peculiar means it is strange than the ordinary or other liquid. Density of water is little strange, it is little different. When water at normal temperature starts cooling, if you take the normal which is present in the normal temperature, if it starts cooling, its density increases like that of the most of the liquids. How most of the liquids the density increase? Same way water's also density increases. However, if it temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, the density will also start decreasing. Again I am telling you, just now we have seen the ice cube. When you have cooled it, it started to float on water. That is the reason density was low, that's why it was floating. Same way, when the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, when it starts cooling, when it starts freezing, the density also decreases. This means that the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees Celsius, water temperature, if it is going down 4 degrees Celsius, what will happen? Yes, what will happen? It will start freezing. Freezing means what? Ice cubes will form. That means what? The density will decrease and volume will increase. Volume means what? The place which is acquiring, the water which was acquiring, it will start increasing, it will start expanding. It means that the water expands when the temperature goes below 4 degrees Celsius. What happens? When the temperature go below 4 degrees Celsius, the water starts expanding, and this behavior of water is called as anomalous behavior of water. If the question is asked to you, what is anomalous behavior of water? Your answer will be, water expands when the temperature goes below 4 degrees Celsius, and this behavior of water is called as anomalous behavior of water. Okay? Now they have given you one activity over here. In first experiment you can see clearly that the normal water is present, and they have kept the potato, and that potato sink inside. It went down inside. Why? Because that potato's density was more than that of the water, and that's why it went down. But in the next particular solution, it is salt solution. Salt solution means they have added salt inside that water. What happened? That potato which was earlier going down in that water, in that particular bucket A, now it is floating in bucket number 2. Why? Yes, because the density of salty water is more than the density of normal water. I am repeating again, the density of the salty water is more than the density of the normal water, and that is the reason the swimmers which they are swimming, they can easily swim in salty water, that is in the sea, in terms or other than the rivers or the lakes. Why? Because they can float easily in the water which is salty. Fine. So salty water is having more density than the normal water. Now, what is called as dissolving? If you keep or if you put some of the particles of salt into the water, if you make some of the particles of salt in the water, slowly the salt size goes on decreasing, and in one stage it will happen that the salt is totally disappear. Why it is getting totally disappear? Yes, because it mixes with that salt, because it mixes with that water. Yes. So now here three terms are new for you: solute, solvent and solution. Right now what we have added? Yes, we have added salt. So salt is called as the solute. For example, if you are making lemon sherbet, so you are adding sugar into it. So sugar will be your solute. Okay. Solvent means what? The substance in which the solute dissolve, means in what you are adding now, that salt? Yes, you are adding in water. So water is your solvent, And what is solution? Yes, the mixture of this solute and solvent is called as solution. Okay, so uses of water according to its properties that we will see. Water is useful for water transport due to its fluidity. Water falling down from the height is used to generate electricity with the help of generators. We are knowing this. Water present in the dam areas can be utilized or can be used for producing the electricities, and the water is possessing the property of fluidity. Fluidity means it can flow from one place to another, and that is the reason water is being transported from one place to another. Water is a good coolant and used in motor vehicles to control the temperature of the engine. Normally we are using the coolers also at our places which consist water. Why? Because it is one of the good coolant. Coolant means it gives the cool waves. Now the third one, many substances are soluble in water. They are easily soluble, and that is the reason water is called as a universal solvent. Universal solvent, why? Because many substances get easily dissolved in it, and that is the reason it is called as universal solvent. Water is used as a solvent in factories, laboratories, foodstuffs, and in various types of biological processes occurring in the body such as digestion and excretion. You are knowing the process digestion. Your digestion is incomplete without water. Not a single function of your body is going to work properly if you don't consume or don't intake the water. So always remember, whenever you are having your food, you are supposed to drink enough water. Not only while you are food, after that also regularly 4 to 5 liters of water should be there in your body to keep your or to function your body or the functioning your body smoothly. Water is useful for cleaning purposes such as bathing, washing clothes, etc. etc. Without water our life is also impossible. For in 6th standard I know that you have studied one sentence, water is life. Why? Because no other living thing, no living thing can survive without water, and that is the reason water is said to be as life. I hope you have understood this much concept. So let's go through it, listen it carefully, and the next part will be given by my side soon. Thank you.